Yo! Welcome back to Jap Scrap Off Road. I'm doing the intro now because apparently the one I done before the camera decided wasn't needed, so it corrupted it because camera's a little bit, you know. I've got a special needs camera. In this episode, this is the third and most definitely final episode of trying to kill the beast's old engine. And well, stick around, you'll find out that this episode kind of weren't needed, but there are some bonus clips in here for you, and I go through fuel pump tuning a little bit. So if anyone's got a DL52 and you want to know how to, you know, make a roll coal or pull a house down big time, stick around. On the other hand, if you want to watch Love Island, I'd suggest you go and find a different fucking channel, because you ain't going to find that shit around here. Grab a cold one out of the fridge, sit back in your favourite chair, relax and watch this fucker. Right boys, this is the beast's old engine, the one we've been trying to blow up, and I figured what better engine to go through fuel pump tuning on, so I'm going to show you what I know so that you'll know a little bit as well. I did hit on this last time we were trying to blow the engine up, how this works in here, but I'll show you this time. So we're going to take this top plate off, just so I can show you how the inside looks, and I'll give you a better idea of what it does. And then we'll go through, because that's the smoke screw or the off boost fueling, basically. Make her over fuel off boost, she'll smoke like a train. But I'll go through now, show you how it works quick, give you a rough idea of what's going on. And then if you've got a DL52 powered rig and you want to really make it roll the coal when you've got cyclists next to you and a side pipe, or you know, you just think wasting fuel is an excellent idea, because, well, it is, you know, it's dirt cheap, isn't it, this diesel? So I'll show you how to make her waste even more and become a really inefficient rig. But I think this engine might have already been tweaked. I can't really remember what stage we got to with this one before stripping the truck. So this could be a bit of an adventure for both of us. Also, don't worry if your fuel pump hasn't got that weird plastic thing on top of it. That's something to do with nobody really understands what. This engine came out of a Riviera on a T plate, so could be something to do with emissions control, because it did originally have an EGR. Right, what we have here is the 100% the worst thing ever invented to be fitted to any diesel engine on the fucking planet. Now, before anyone starts, engines, regardless, need air to run. Fact. Yet a few years ago, some fucking fairy came up with this creation that basically vents exhaust gases back into said engine. What a fucking twat. I mean, all it's going to do is fuck stuff up. The inlet manifold on that is just full of soot and shit and hard lumps of crap that have been let back in by this fucking thing. I mean, what's the point? Really? And I've just discovered one of these isn't an Allen key stud, it is a Torx style stud, so I've got to go and find one of them. But we'll get the ones out that I can get out for now, and then we'll work on the one that we can't get out. And that little pipe, what's going on there, goes back round and goes onto your intake. I think that sort of causes it to push the plunger down with boost, which then adds more fuel. But obviously the position of this stud here, off boost, will determine your off boost fueling. Now what some people do, and I'll show you where to put them in a minute, some people add washers. to get that down lower to get a lot of fuel off boost. I've never done it personally. Oh, actually, might be able to wedge that in there enough to... Oh, yeah, she was tight. She was in don't fall out mode. We'll get rid of the clutch cable. Nobody needs that. A lot easier doing it like this than it is leaning over the side of the wing of the rig. I can tell you that much for sure. A lot less pipes on this engine now as well. You normally got your heater core pipes running around in the way and the battery's in the way, and then you take the battery off and the battery leads are just sort of in the way, and it starts getting dark and you start getting angry. Oh. Oh. Well, that shouldn't look like that in there. If yours looks like that in there, ain't a good sign. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna have to go and get some paper roll. I'm gonna have to be quick because the batteries are going flat in the camera. It's on the new charging rig, but it turns out I might have broke that already. In here, you see that bit there? It's higher in one position than it is in the other position. It's like tapered. So the further down you push that bit there, the further down that's pushed, the more fuel you get off boost. So obviously you only go so far with this piece before you've got the maximum. What some people do is take that out, take it right out, put some washers in there, then put that back in, and obviously washers makes that more this way, so it pushes more on that, gives you more off boost fueling. We're not going to need to do that with this rig, but what I am going to try and do, if I can find my pliers, is show you the next stage, which is you take this out, the plunger, if it's not completely stuck. There we go. Now, there's a star wheel in there that you can turn as well. When you look at this piece here, you'll notice that there's a certain point on it where the cutout is wider. You want the wider point of the cutout facing the front of the pump. Now, there are things you can do to these. This one is, well, she's already got a fair bit, but you can file on them and take a bit more off, and that will give you more fueling and things. And so I'm going to face that towards the front. Down in there, that's your star wheel, and a couple of clicks on that makes a big difference, but I'm pretty sure this one's already wound all the way down and there's a lot of crap in there, so we'll put this back in and ignore all of that. Make sure that's facing the front, obviously, so that bit at the front, mint. Obviously you are tuning an engine like this. Oh, that bit doesn't go back in anymore. Why doesn't it go back in? Does she not want it? She doesn't want it anymore. I've got a spare part and you're about to run out of battery, so you ain't going to see me hammering on this to try and get it in. I was definitely hitting on something hard in there. This isn't good. She's got to go about another half an inch. Oh, feathers. What's it hitting on? Oh, well, there's something sticking out in there. Let me see if I can... That might go now. I've just repositioned that with the screwdriver. That might have been because the throttle was half open when I was doing it. Make sure your throttle's obviously shut right down if you're doing this. There we are. That sits in there like that. That can go back on. We're not going to play with any of that in there really. We'll play with the fuel screw. I'm going to have to figure out why you boys didn't charge her later though, because you're about to run out of battery. But just before we completely run out of battery, max fuel screw, you'll need a screwdriver and a 12mm spanner. Be very careful winding that in, because quarter of a turn will probably make all the difference you'll want to make, and if you go much more than that, well, she's going to run away. When you do adjust that, I tend to do it with the engine running. Not the best way, but it's the best way I've found to not go too far. Tweak it with the engine running at idle. She'll probably open up to around 1200 revs. You'll know what she sounds like at around 1200 revs if you've got to the stage that you feel confident enough to do this. If not, take it to somebody who is. once she opens up to 1200 revs at idle, you'll obviously have to adjust the throttle stop back to get her back to an idle, but also have somebody ready to block the air intake over that side if she does run away, because, well, it'll do what I've been trying to get this one to do, but this one just hasn't done yet. Unfortunately, your one that you're planning on driving to work Monday will probably do it, just because that's the way she fucking goes. I'm not gonna, I've given that a mild tweak. I'm not gonna go no more than that, because I can't remember exactly how far I've already gone with it. And I know we do want to blow this up, and we probably will end up giving that a screw and with a ratchet screwdriver to kill it in the end, but I want to try and get her running again first to prove she will still run. We might go and get a battery to put on her. So it's getting dark, so I've turned the camera light on so you boys can see, and, well, I ain't got no easy start, but with this pressure bottle here, and that's filled with methylated spirits, we've plumbed her up. We're only going to go with 12 volts. I don't even know if the starter's still good, but I ain't done the head gasket yet. Curiosity is, you know, it's having a negative effect on the cat's life, so we're just going to fucking try her and see if she'll run. What do you think about that one, boys? I remember how to trigger the S70 running to give us electric, because we're low on electric parity. She's not going. Well, I'm going to call it. She definitely needs a head gasket because, well, you'd have seen the smoke coming out of the coolant hose, which is not conducive to it actually doing the running. So we'll give up for the night, I think. I might... Oh, wow, there's still smoke coming out of that one. I might start stripping her down tonight, and we'll have another go at running her another night, or another day, or when there's some daylight maybe, I don't know. Well, the darkness would be funny, you'll be able to see her glowing like a cherry. Talking of little cherries, she's a little fucking honey right there. Yo, so tonight on Jap Scrap Off Road, it's another night. I'm outside. Behind me is, well, I don't know if you can see, maybe a little bit lower. Down there it is, the fine specimen that is the beast old engine that's a little bit not very good and needs a head gasket. And tonight I've got 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to start. There goes the dog. The dog's going off now. I'm going to start ripping into it. So we're in here, and, well, I don't really know how well you boys can. Oh, I nearly fell over, but there's some gasket material left on there, and, well, there's some piles of rust and cylinder walls. Oh, there's some dirt down in the pistons, so that's mint. And oh wow, that's not actually as, oh, that one on the other hand is so number 4 is mint, number 3 is not as mint, number 2 is even less mint, and number 1 is mint. Okay, so we've got 2 out of 4 cylinders that are good, and let's have a look at the underside of the head and decide how many cracks are in it. Oh, there's a bad one there. There's another bad one there. Oh, there's a bad one. Oh, hang on. Well, I've never seen one of them just come out before. Well, that's where the injector sits, up in there. I've never had one of these fall out of the head before. That is a new one on me. Wonder if the others will fall out. Let's stick that on there. See that one? Oh, oh, oh. Well, number 2 wants to, but I think it's got some corrosion. And number 1 also just falls out. Okay. Not sure the significance of that, but yeah. Mint. I don't know if we need these or not. It's odd how the 2 pistons that look gooder have got, these have fallen out of, and the 2 that look badder, they've not. And there's some rust lines around things, and well, I think that's meant to be a water passage there, or no, maybe not, I don't know. I can't fucking remember. But you can tell from the inside of the inside here that she's not in excellent condition, so this is probably as far as I'm going to go with it tonight. We'll drop these in the pistons so that they can, when we put the head back on and start it up, they just have it all. I'm going to give up for tonight because it's been a long day and I've still got to go out, and we're going for fish and chips tonight, isn't we, Humbug? There's Humbug. So that's what we're going to do now, and well, I'll continue filming probably tomorrow night, and we'll put some of that special head gasket in a tube in there and put the head back on, and maybe that head gasket in a tube will seep into all the cracks and fix them, and I don't know, we might even try starting it tomorrow night if I get it back together. Be minty. Well, that's recording. I just got out to have a little, yeah, we're right under the flight path here, you can probably hear them. Have a little look and inspect, and well, I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to like this a lot. I've removed the head from said engine, and well, it's rained since, and well, I guess she's kind of a little bit splashy, and that one's splashy with oil, mint. We'll give this a wipe down and a clean up, and we'll get that in the shed and investigate, because well, there's definitely some cracks in that, and we'll have a look for cracks in whatever's going on in this fiddle fucked area in here, because she's probably fucked. But I'm not convinced it won't run again, so we're going to have to try it. And then maybe if the old whistly whirler there that's not as good as it could be is still not completely ungood, we need to build one of those log burner turbocharged hurdy-gurdy things and strap that to it and just really blow it to bits. So I'm gonna, and relocate this to the shed and maybe even investigate why the electric's off, and we might even weld some of the cracks up in it. I'm good at welding. So I've cleared the water out of there and given that a mild scrape over the top, but you don't need to worry about the head bolt holes being level full with water. That's just in there to help lubricate them on the way back in. She's going to be mint. The bit in the barrel, well, I'm going to sit you boys down, see you perched on here for a minute, and you can look down there at it. And you can't see overly well, but just enjoy it for a minute, because I've got to give it a wipe down. And well, we did have a look the other night, but it was dark, and I think it looks better in daylight. No, it doesn't. Back in a second, I'm going to get a bottle of something. I went to Wickes at Skepford last weekend. I think it was last weekend. It could have been the weekend before. I've been busy. I can't remember what day of the week it is. I think it's Sunday today. You might be seeing this on a Wednesday or a Saturday, or maybe even a Tuesday afternoon while you're at work. Good boys. I got some stuff. I got some head gasket repair out of Wicks, and you're going to be like, Wicks don't sell head gasket repair. They do. This stuff here, you see, it says it fixes all, and it is for turbocharged engines, which that engine is turbocharged, and it'll only take it 20 minutes to fix it. It's super fast. It bonds materials and surfaces, you see, all of them, which means it'll bond the head to the block and stop all the compression gases going everywhere. All conditions, non-staining, which is good, we don't want to stain the engine, can be painted over, we might even give it a coat of paint, does not attack substrates, waterproof and weatherproof, all materials, odorless, all bonding applications, all of them, super fast bonding, you see, and it's permanent and it's flexible, so if it does lift the head, this will go with it. It's fucking mint. So this is our new head gasket. So I came back and did a YouTube magic, you know, you won't know how long I was gone for, but I've got a bottle of white spirit here and a pumpy squirty bottle, and for me I've got some Monster because that makes things better. We're just going to hose her down a little. She needs a good hose down. Engine likes to drink, so, you know, was going to get methylated spirits, but they was a bit more expensive. And I figured this clear stuff, she'll just pretend to vodka and drink it away. There we go. Give it all of the love with a bit of old rag. Clear as much crap out of the injector pockets as we can, and just kind of make her look a little bit better than she did 5 minutes ago. Probably. Oh wow. I don't think it's good. I really don't think it's good. There might be some issues. I'll have a squeeze and get you in there. I think for this bit, I'm just going to take you off the tripod, so bear with me. You'll spin there right round, baby, right round, round. Woo! So, there's a crack there, and there's a crack there, but I don't see any other real issues with it. So I don't know, maybe another wipe down, and then but maybe this is where it's getting through into the water galleries and shooting the exhaust gases out. I'm baffled, I really am. Also 2 of them have blowed out, so do we really need them in there? We might hammer them back in and pray they stay, I suppose. I don't know. These 2 are hanging in there. And that one, minty. And this bit's just, you know, I've gone over it with a scraper, and there aren't any holes in pistons yet. There's some crap and some water still in there. We'll leave that in there. That will help lubricate her on the next attempt at running the old her. Where did I use the head gas? It's starting to rain, so we might not get much more done today. We might just let her have to sort of self-wash down out here, and I'll go back and do some editing. Let's have a look at the old head gasketage. That is absolutely fucking mint. Monster. So as you can see, here is different to here, and I'm not sure, but here is the same as here, so maybe that's normal, but there's some material here and there's none in some other areas, and well, the other side, I don't know. I don't really. I might just kind of put this back on there with some of that turbo head gasket rejuvenation cream and slap the head back on it before it gets too wet. Should we do that? I'll go and see if I can find a, to make it do the on there, and then slap that on, and then that on, and then the water will help it all bond. And well, it's definitely raining now. Great. Oh, it's recording. Well, I ran off to the retreat of the shed because it was raining a little bit less in here than it was outside, and found myself one of these here caulking guns. And well, you might be able to tell from that there are issues. Power's still off in here. I haven't found which fuse it is that's blown yet, so I was gonna, well, it was broke off one side, and I wanted to weld it, and the power's off, so I figured what's as strong as one of my welds. And well, there you have it, a big Jubilee clip, and she was a bit over length, so we've trimmed the end down a little after doing her up tight with the magical attachment that goes on the Milwaukee drill. Talking of Jubilee clips, you're going to love this. You're going to love the other use for Jubilee clips, you really are. You see, because when you want to put a light bar on your bull bar, but the standard brackets snap, you have to just go to the Jubilee clips, and well, they do the job perfectly, and she is adjustable, you see. Work smarter, not harder. They lasted a lot longer than the brackets that came with the light bar did. And that weren't a cheap light bar. So, Jubilee clips. You lot are going to be proud of me. I'm proud of me. I did a thing. So we got the old fix all for turbocharged applications and going super fast and bonding all of it. So yeah, kind of like that, really. Minty. And I've got a can of Monster, even more minty. So next we got the issue of lining the head gasket up, and I'm not really sure why, but there are no dowels in this head or the block. So that is very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So I think I'm just going to lay the head gasket in there, give it another coat so it looks like that again, and then wipe the worst of the crap off that heavy bit and just sort of slap her down on there. And well, we'll be back when the head gasket's in place and things are going on, shall we? Well, we was ready to begin trying to start the old rig, but you might be able to see me better there. But well, the wire snapped off the stop solenoid, and I ain't fiddle fucking with that in the dark. That's peepee tonight. We're going to continue this in the morning, and well, that'll give that liquidized head gasket treatment sealant stuff to, that will have some time. It can do the thing. I'm going to go and drink some beer and probably wait for Humbug to turn up, because I think she's coming back tonight. She seems to want me for something. Don't know what. She likes this game called what she plays called Hide the Sausage. I don't really get it myself, but I help her play it sometimes. It's fucking mint. So that's where we're at tonight. I've got some video editing to do and some things and some stuff, so I'm going to crack on with a bit of that. And well, we might even get another video out tonight for you. It's Friday night, isn't it? I should have a video out tonight, or maybe tomorrow. I'll see how the flippy openy digital computer box goes, and well, you might not even see this bit because it'll be pretty pointless, but I'm going to pack up for the night now, is what I'm saying. Have fun, grab another cold one, and we'll give her an old with it fucking start. Right, I'm going to go and find some jumpy leads because they might be over here. Are you come back through the window? All four of this mud has been falling off a rig. We're slowly making the yard higher, so when the old global warming melts all the icebergs, we'll be on the highest point in the country. You know, it'll be safer. Oh, look at them. That's just what the doctor ordered. She's definitely going to need them. Every good video starts with a set of them. I'll tell you. That's fucking old fucking hair fucking. Let's take that down 50%. We might have to let her recharge a little bit, and I suppose this will have to recharge a bit as well because the battery's tripping turned on there. I'll let that charge, and then we might put that battery with that battery to make 24 voltages and put a little battery on here to keep this running to charge. Well, who knows? We'll see. If not, we'll just swear at it lots and then it might start. You never know. Well, I'm back out here and I'm fixing to give her all the way, and well, she just nearly fired, so I'm going to have another attempt. She's fucking mint, boys. I got a lot of this canned killer left, so. That's about all she's got on that. We'll give her a drop of this. And we'll just see what she fucking do. She might just fire off and run. Well, boys, you've got a dirty lens. Keep your lens clean. Well, boys, I've been and picked up 2 brand new batteries that they got delivered. And, well, yeah, it's a different day. It's a different day. And I've got 2 new batteries, and we've got them hooked up in series for 24 volt. And I've just got the propane blowtorch on there at the minute, giving her a little bit of preheat because, well, I don't think there's any glow plugs left that work, so she needs all the help she can get. I'm just currently foiling the guts out of one of the injectors. We'll give some of the others a little go. I've warmed the turbo up already, so she's ready for red light from the get-go. And we're going to have a damn good go at inputting a block window in this motherfucker today. Woo! We'll warm up the fuel in the fuel lines as well. That seems safe. Injector lines, yeah, give them all of the heat. Give them all of the heat. The whole fucking lot of it. Give them the very best chance of creating fire on the first go. That's what we'll do. Right. I don't feel safe with that there now. Let's close that. There's only one thing left to do now, and that's to crack a monster and then have a go at starting her. Sorry about background noise, we're right next to an RAF base and they like making loud noise 24/7. So I figure why not play them some loud noise back? You know, of the DL52 with nothing but a turbo outlet on it. We'll hook up the clicky clack, which is doing rather well today. That's going absolutely ballistic. Now I'm going to see if I can't electrocute myself or something. Let me get some ignitation juice. I've got a bit of brake cleaner here because I'm still out of easy start. This don't work straight away, so I'm probably going to give up for now and then go pick some easy start up later. Because she might just need the easy start or she might get away on a drop of this. Also, the knob is blocked on this, so I've got to unscrew it. Whoops. Right. She's got two choices now, boys. Start or fucking lock up solid. I think she's probably going to lock up solid. Woo! Oh wow, the starter motor's just completely on fire today. Min. She not wanting to start. Oh wow. Well the smoke's falling out of the starter motor. That's not a good sign. Now you kind of want to be looking in this area down here under the starter motor when I'm turning the old her over. She'll start now, you watch. Oh! Well, the starter motor's overheated. That could be a problem. Oh, it's all right. It's gone out. The water light's gone off. We can keep going. We can. Oh, I think the starter motor might be broken, boys. So I took that starter motor off, and it turned out all the goodness was falling out of that little hole in the end there. So I went walking around the yard, and I found this one here. And this one here, which is there, which I've just thrown down there, well, it was in a similar kind of position and location when I found it. So it might be good, it might be bad. So we're going to chuck it in and put 24 volts to it and just see how the old her goes. Oh, we've got to drill this old her out, and there's only one way to go about doing that, and that's the sketch. Woo! She grabbed. Ah, that twisted that lead up good. That's proved that's a high tensile cable anyway. Now we do really need something to get hold of that with, so I think the old molar grippers are going to have to come back out wherever they're pissed off to. Oh, there they is. Oh, that was borderline violent. Might complain to my MP. And we'll get hold of the old her like that, and we can hold her down then. And we've got a fucking choice then. There we are, that's a lot better size of battery terminal. So we'll stick that over there next to the sketchy gas bottle. It should be neat. Oh, did I forget the washer? I did. Minty. Oh well, that won't be enough. We'll see if we can't kill another starter motor today, you know, because we can. Go underneath of it. That self-tensions, and then when the engine overheats, that bit of string will burn through and snap, and then it should be all right. That's how it works, I think. So we'll pretend everything is dory and hunky and all them other big technical terms now, and we're just going to jam this straight into the starter and see how many fires happen. Whey! We got a sticky starter. That was nearly running. I'm telling you. That was nearly running. Oh, she might start us yet, boys. She might fucking start us yet. We'll give her some of the old good stuff down the intake and see what that does to her. I'm also going to shut the old throttle back for now, and we'll just advance that by hand if needed. Well, I'm going to give her all the way a little bit more because this starter motor's not going to start. Well, I think finally she might actually be completely fucking fucked, boys. She's in not very good condition anymore. By not very good condition, I mean she's fully, completely, totally fucked. And we've just put another starter motor out trying to unfuck her, and she nearly caught then, and we've got all the old blades going over. We might give one more go just to see. But I don't think that starter motor is going to turn this engine over much more, so she's basically ready for scrap. Me. Oh yeah. What if we put this back in and give her all of it? Because if we put that in there, you see, instead of using 12 volts to trigger it, we can use all 24. That might be enough. She's broken. I think we give up. I think, boys, this might finally be the end of the old lump. I think she has finally fully, you know, 24 voltages in. It's not enough to turn it over quick enough to make it fire, and well, the starter motors burn out at 24, so there's no point in going for 36 volts to see if that's going to fix it, because it won't. Bugger, I kind of hope she's got a little bit more in her. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. She's got a coolant hose on there I want to strip off. I want to strip the intake and exhaust manifolds off with the turbo, because we're going to keep that. I want to take the engine mounts off because they're good, and the fuel pump. Maybe the front pulley. And then we've got to start prepping a rig for to go in for scrap, because, well, we've got a lot of scrap about here, and we're going to fill a truck up and then find someone who wants to buy it. So might spend the rest of the day fiddle fucking about doing that. Let's deconnect the old electro digital pump. We'll go and take that in the shed in a minute. I'm going to have a fucking fiddle fuck around and sort out, and then I'll be back.